She pulled out all the stops. Here is the intro of the episode.
Megyn, Duchess of Sussex, in her first ever podcast interview. It's happening!
It's not about the grandeur of a gesture. It's about I see you. I'm nurturing you and I see you so deeply, and I love being able to see your growth. Of all things, it's making me emotional.
I have full body chills right now.
For them to be able to look back and go, oh my gosh, she has loved us so much.
Meghan Markle's tears are back, allegedly, but Bill Maher and Megyn Kelly just treated them like a bad Lifetime movie, overacted and underwhelming. Was it grief, gaslighting, or just a Netflix reboot gone rogue? Whatever it was, these two weren't buying the sob story. If you love royal drama, media meltdowns, and watching someone get roasted with 0 SPF, you're in the right place. Grab popcorn. This takedown makes Buckingham Palace look like open mic night.
Why don't you like her?
Let me count the ways. There's nothing I like about her. She is a malignant narcissist who cannot get enough of herself while she simultaneously plays the victim. My castle's too small.
Yeah.
The queen is mean to me. They won't let me call myself Her Royal Highness anymore, but I'm going to put it all over my stationery and on the gifts that I give to my friends, while she never stops whining. And at the same time, I'm getting all worked up. I'm a founder. I'm over it. She's not important. She married for money. It's very clear. She bagged the elephant. She was thrilled she became a, quote, prince.
It all started with a sniffle, a delicate dab of a tear, a perfectly timed quiver of the lip, shot in cinematic lighting with background music softer than a yoga retreat in Bali. Meghan Markle, once the royal rebel turned self-appointed global sage, was once again wiping invisible tears in front of the cameras. And the internet, predictably, split like a bad wig. Was this grief, guilt, gaslight exposure? Or just another Oscar-worthy performance wrapped in couture and carefully curated victimhood?
Have you been hanging out with Meghan and Harry since they've been in California?
No, I don't know them.
What do you think of them?
I admire Harry for going to Afghanistan. Anybody who's had military service, I can only criticize so much because I haven't. And there's nothing that compares to military service. But they're ridiculous after that. They want it both ways. You know, you can't be, these people were so mean to us and poor us, and we don't want all this attention, and then let me write a book about how much we don't want it.
Because let's be honest, the Meghan Markle Teardrop Tour is less journey of healing and more calculated campaign with commercial breaks. The woman cries with the precision of a Swiss watch. Every single time there's a new docuseries, podcast, or glossy cover shoot incoming, the tears start flowing like she's been cutting onions in a wind tunnel. It's theatrical. It's predictable. It's basically the media version of a jump scare. Except instead of ghosts, we get sobs.
So contrast all of that with the way she talks about H and their relationship. Here is it. Is it 46 or 47, Lauren? You choose.
His heart is even more beautiful.
I love that your eyes are sparkling right now.
Oh.
Oh my God. Dan, I threw up in my mouth.
Yes. Yes.
Dan, when you do interviews on your show, do you do the Jamie Kern Lima reactions? Yes. Oh my God, there's something wrong with her. What? Wow, who communicates like that? She's the only thing saving Meghan Markle, because between the two, she's even weirder. But Meghan Markle, this is a tell. Okay, this is a tell. It's the same way on Valentine's Day, you see people post like, my rock, my life partner, the person who saved me. Guaranteed that guy is cheating on her. And
She's not just crying anymore, she's crying on cue, with lighting, editing, and probably a backup mascara artist on standby. It's emotional manipulation on a level that would make a Bond villain blush. You don't cry in cinematic lighting unless you know it's going to be seen. This isn't mourning, it's marketing.
Harry and Meghan some credit, but not a lot. Because they want to be seen as this modern couple, way hipper than the other stuffy ones in the family. Okay, then go all the way and say it. Say, we're not just taking a step back from royalty, we're renouncing the whole outdated, racist, anachronistic lot of it. They're saying loud and proud, what is this bullshit that some people are royal? You want to be modern and woke and all that? Want to get rid of politically incorrect words? How about Your Highness? What could be more antithetical to liberalism than calling another human your
And let's not forget the choreography. Yes, choreography. Because you can't sob with that kind of symmetry without rehearsal. There's always a wistful gaze into the middle distance, a carefully timed sniffle, and just the right amount of voice trembling to let you know she's feeling things. Damn it, she doesn't break down. She performs a breakdown if an actual emotion tried to sneak in. It would probably need a publicist and an NDA. Even the tissues look like they've been pre-approved by a stylist. You know you're not watching grief when the Kleenex matches the outfit. It's become a parody of itself. If she ever cried in private, a production assistant might break through the bathroom door yelling, "Cut, Megyn, save it for the lens." Honestly, the only thing missing is a soundtrack composed by Hans Zimmer and a limited edition candle called Scent of Sadness, available for $95 on Goop. And let's not forget the timing, folks. It's like clockwork. Every time Megyn releases a new documentary, podcast, or whisper of her latest struggle, it just so happens to align with a media cycle that's not quite as obsessed with her as she'd like. There's always some sort of personal bombshell dropped at the exact moment the public is about to move on. That's practically an art form. If she hasn't cornered the market on manufactured melodrama yet, she's at least the CEO of it.
I'm a little bit fascinated, right? The mother was born in America, the father was born in America, but Megyn is now telling us that she's 43% Nigerian?
This is the most ridiculous. This is the same woman who said, I never even considered my blackness until the British tabloids started to make a thing out of it. Never even. Now she's like, I am Nigeria. Fellow women, hear me roar. I mean, who is she kidding? She's as white as I am. And she's over there like leaning in. Now I'm the face of the black woman.
I mean, who knew that being a duchess would require this much mental anguish? It's almost like someone forgot to send her the memo on what actual hardship looks like. Like, I don't know, being trapped in an abusive relationship or losing your job to a robot or living in a country where healthcare isn't just a suggestion. Instead, she's out here crying about the trauma of being followed by paparazzi, while you and I are fighting for parking spaces at Costco. But please, Megyn, tell us more about how difficult it is to have an endless supply of avocado toast while also being a global influencer of social justice. Oh, the humanity. What's truly remarkable, though, is her skill at keeping the world on its toes. You'll never see her just live her life without any drama. Oh, that would be too easy. She's like a walking, talking, please feel sorry for me magnet with a sprinkle of privilege dusted on top. It's not enough that she's got royal blood in her veins. Now she's aiming for royalty and tragedy. 2. The line between genuine suffering and just playing the emotional lottery is as thin as a paper-thin Prada dress. The woman has turned the concept of struggle into a lifestyle brand.
Will you be watching?
No. Of course not. It's not my country, and it's
do
still.
you care about the royal family?
Of course not. It's an anachronism, and it's. I've said this to people who are royals to their face. I'm not going to call you Your Highness.
Really? Who did you say that to?
I said that to Queen Noor.
Really?
Absolutely. I said it's ridiculous that one human being, this is something liberals especially should believe, that you don't call another human being Your Highness.
Intro 7. And let's not even get started on how quickly the media buys into it. They lap it up like a cat with cream. It's like they're all in some sort of twisted Stockholm Syndrome relationship where they can't quit the story because it's all so fascinating. Sure, it's compelling to watch, like a train wreck in slow motion, but at this point, I'm not sure who needs therapy more, Megyn, or the people who still cling to her every word. Oh, and don't even get me started on the timing. The way Megyn just so happens to open up about her struggles right before her latest project drops is like clockwork. It's almost like there's a secret marketing team in the background whispering, okay, time to roll out the tears. And remember, you're the victim in this scenario. Oh, and don't forget to wear those diamond-studded sunglasses while you sob in your $14 million home. It'll be so relatable. Kelly didn't miss a beat. She pointed out the absurdity with all the grace of someone who's had enough of the celebrity victimhood Olympics. It's like Megyn's emotional roller coaster is just another show with all the pre-programmed beats of a reality TV plotline.
She is the most insecure person I have seen in the public eye in a long time. That is why everything had to be perfectly curated. Who the hell picks fucking berries in a white cashmere blouse and white pants? Literally no one on earth does that. And like this garden, which is like the most over the top, like we're all supposed to go, Maureen, to make our breakfast in the morning out to our gardens and pick our berries, our raspberries, our strawberries, our blueberries, our snozzberries, and cut our mint and then cut our flowers that are edible. But don't worry, she's a woman of the people. You can grow those just on your windowsill at home in New York, your edible flowers.
And don't forget your local beekeeper.
Yeah.
Your local beekeeper.
Oh, yeah, because she has a bee hive, which she goes to. That's how they open the whole series with her bees. And like, don't worry, if you don't have this, just go to your local beekeeper. Clearly, we're living in different worlds.
But no one's buying it. Not when there's a new podcast deal on the horizon and a multi-million-dollar book to plug. Kelly's just out here with her magnifying glass, seeing through the smoke and mirrors. It's honestly impressive how Megyn manages to stay so relatable while simultaneously living a life that most people would only experience in their dreams. The humble mansion, the oh-so-modest designer wardrobe, and that warm, cozy aura of struggle while attending exclusive galas, all expertly crafted. Pieces of a narrative that screams, "Look at me, but don't judge me." It's the kind of performance you'd expect from someone with an agent in their back pocket saying, "We need a sob story that will tug at the heartstrings and sell those memoirs." It's practically a formula. Grab a tissue, serve a little heartache, throw in some glistening tears, voila, a $10 million deal lands on your lap. Meanwhile, the rest of us are still figuring out if we can pay rent on time. But hey, we should totally relate to the rich and famous struggles, right? And honestly, it's not just about skepticism, it's about fatigue. People are tired. The audience has seen this plot before. The misty eyes, the ominous piano, the half-spoken sentences full of emotional cliffhangers. It's emotional déjà vu. The only thing that's changed is the sponsors.
And finally, new rule, if Meghan and Harry can quit their family, you can too. Not that I've got anything against families in general. They come in really handy at times, like when you need a cosigner for a car loan. But the downside of families is they possess a gravitational force that gets you to do stuff you don't want to do and continue traditions you don't really believe.
And speaking of sponsors, does anyone else notice how Meghan's emotional peaks always align with corporate tie-ins? It's less a moment of honesty and more an emotional infomercial. Her pain seems to have a publicist. Her trauma wears designer shoes. And the tears, they're part of the package, like free shipping with emotional baggage. Let's zoom out for a moment. Meghan Markle has gone from actress to duchess to somehow a full-time emotional content creator. Her brand is no longer philanthropy or royal rebellion, it's pain in high definition. Pain with talking points. Pain with symbolism and dramatic pauses. But here's the catch, pain, when it becomes a brand, stops being believable. And that's where Bill Maher and Megyn Kelly drive the point home like media executioners with a vendetta against manipulative marketing. They didn't just roll their eyes. They offered a masterclass in media literacy. They said what so many people were thinking but too afraid to say. This is performative. This is exhausting. This isn't trauma. It's strategy.
Prince Harry and Meghan, the power couple that will save the monarchy.
Okay, how much time did she have for this when she was on Suits, when she was doing The Tig, when she was trying to land the ginger from the royal family to marry her? Apparently none, by her own admission. But now she wants us to believe, okay, she's a Nigerian and I'll believe it when I see it. I look forward to all the time she spends in Nigeria helping the Nigerian.
Maher's gift is that he doesn't pull punches, doesn't hand out gold stars for effort. And when he sees emotional manipulation dressed up as authenticity, he calls it out, with a kind of snark that could curdle oat milk. His takedown wasn't just funny, it was forensic. He deconstructed the timing, the editing, the two perfect sobs, and he did it all without sounding bitter, just observant. Megyn Kelly didn't just question the performance. She went for the throat. Her disdain for performative victimhood is legendary, and Meghan Markle served herself up on a silver platter. Kelly dissected her like a political scandal, lined up the media moments, pointed out the suspicious synchronicity, and then delivered her verdict. Megyn isn't just crying, she's selling it. And that's the crux of the roast. When tears become currency, they lose their value. Nobody's saying Megyn can't feel things. But when she packages those feelings into media campaigns, wraps them in designer tissue, and launches them right before a business deal, it's not raw emotion, it's PR. There's a big difference between vulnerability and marketing. Vulnerability happens when you don't want to be seen. Marketing happens when you make sure the lighting's perfect before you cry. And Megyn, she's got great lighting. Let's wrap it up. Meghan Markle's endless loop of sniffles, sadness, and strategically dropped revelations is the kind of media melodrama that even soap operas would reject for being too obvious. The timing's too tight. The sobs are too symmetrical. The narrative is too neatly packaged. And in the court of public opinion, her credibility is on trial. Thanks to Bill Maher and Megyn Kelly, the jury is no longer out. They didn't just poke holes in the story, they deflated the entire emotional balloon. With sarcasm as their sword and satire as their shield, they exposed the truth underneath the tears. This isn't a documentary, it's an audition. An audition for what? That's the million-dollar question. Maybe it's for attention. Maybe it's for sympathy. Maybe it's just for the next big streaming deal. But one thing's clear. The cameras are rolling, the music is swelling, and Meghan Markle is still crying. Just don't expect anyone to cry with her.